Ask any Cincinnatian about the riots of 2001 and they'll likely remember it very well. It was a moment in history that our city might not be proud of, but one that sparked change and education. Now, 14 years later, a family member of the man whose death sparked it all is speaking out for the very first time.
Earlier that day, we were kicking it, just chilling right outside his house. And I left him standing on the street.
Okay, cars in the area, copy on that. Chasing a subject with open warrants, approximately 14 of them, male, black, 6 foot, red bandana, eastbound on East 13th Street.
Everybody like, yeah, bro, like they just shot him.
I think he ducked into this little store right here on Vine Street.
Okay, possibly in the store on Vine Street, Timothy Thomas with 14 open warrants.
And it's like, nah, man, like he about to show up at the house anytime, like y'all lying or whatever.
It was around 2 a.m. that Saturday. Officer Stephen Roach shot and killed Timothy Thomas after a foot chase in Over the Rhine. His brother Terry, then 16, remembers it.
It didn't really set in until you seen the lifeless body.
That moment led to this, riots that made headlines around the world.
BBC News in Cincinnati.
Timothy was then the 15th black man to die at the hands of police in 5 years, and the reason the feds got involved.
For the longest time, I had walked around with hate, like, you know what I mean? Not just hate for the police, but I was even hating on Caucasians.
But that faded when Terry had kids of his own and realized he needed to turn tragedy into a teaching moment. We were there at Timothy's gravesite for part of the lesson.
Anybody try to bother you first, you put your hands up like, I don't want no trouble.
I think I know what we should do. I think we should just ignore them.
I mean, even ignoring them could be a bad thing, but for the most part, I try to show them, like, ain't no running, ain't no, trying to be tougher than them, none of that, because they got the upper hand. They got the badge, they got the gun, and you are just,
And they got law on their side.
For Terry, what happened in Ferguson is a reminder that society still needs to change. And while Cincinnati Police Chief Jeffrey Blackwell has helped our city make great strides, the fight is not over, nor is Terry's dedication to keeping his brother's memory alive.
I always try to go and visit him, say a few words or whatever, pour out a little liquor, you know what I mean? Something, just to honor that, we ain't forgot about you.